Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
And Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today's Monday, March 3rd.
Yippee.
Yippee. For those of you who were astute, maybe you caught on, maybe you didn't. Yes, there were 2 videos last week because apparently the week prior I put up a video from... I don't even know what happened. It was a video recording from December. I don't really know what happened. So yes, there were 2 videos last week. The right video went up Monday night, and then Tuesday's video went up Tuesday. It was after we had filmed the week's video that someone pointed out, you realize... No, I didn't. Because they were the first person that said to me. Told you how my week went last week. I'm tired. I was busy. Yeah. I'm tired. Tired of being tired. I'm also tired of Facebook not working right. Seriously. I was grading Daily 30 today and I didn't give somebody credit for something because I'm like, I don't understand. You don't have the proper stitch amounts. No, it was that Facebook wasn't showing me what they were supposed to be. Seriously. I'm already going cross-eyed with grading Daily 30 because some people just don't follow directions well.
They get zeros.
They do. But then I feel like an ass because I'm like, well, you didn't do this right. And then when they're like, what do you mean I didn't do this right? And I look at it on my phone. Oh, yeah, you did. It's just that my computer decided, or Facebook decided not to show me what it was supposed to on my computer. My level of annoyance has been real high lately. I don't foresee it going down anytime soon.
Well, next video, I'm gonna be a grouch. This weekend is a week from today is what I like to refer to as Super Monday. It's the Monday after time change. So PSA, this coming weekend is time change.
Yes, we all hate time change.
My week wasn't bad but then, except for the fact at work we had a power spike on Thursday, and I spent Friday fixing what broke, and today making sure it'll never break again. And I've surprisingly been given a lot of backing by the boss with it too. It's just work.
Right. So, yeah. Hopefully you all had a great week, because, yeah, last week was not my week. Why don't we shout... So I did write down commenters from both videos last week, so we will shout out all of the commenters from the video that was supposed to be 2 weeks ago.
Okay, can we just be funny about it?
What?
And do both of them together so I want to be cute.
Sure.
Andrea squared, she did it both. Bridget squared, she did it both. Anne for the first one, Sarah, Lynn, and Teresa for the second one.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much for commenting and watching and bearing with my inability to... I don't even know. Whips?
Not cross-stitch, but I finally got back to doing some of this. I finished the torso. Haven't been able to get back up to do anything else, but this is the basic torso. Basically, I got the armor plated, the white parts, the red, basically just the outer shell I got on there. And believe it or not, this is a little bit more complicated than you would think, because the little pegs that are clipped that these things are attached with, you have to cut them, sand, and then polish it down so that you can't tell where you did it, which a couple of these pieces were argumentative about it. Very argumentative.
Fabulous.
Hopefully I can get some work done with that, but I'm going to be busy with other stuff.
Yeah. Well, I only have cross-stitch this week, so why would I have time to diamond paint. Oh, and I did do some crocheting, but I had to pull it all out because I apparently had a problem.
Oh.
I don't really know what the problem was because I was short a stitch and my mom and I can't, my mom looked at it too. We can't figure out why I was short a stitch. So
I'm assuming crocheting, you can't just like go add it in or just skip it and keep going?
Well, you need to have the certain stitch number. You need to have a certain number of stitches to make the stitches look right in most cases. I was able to add a stitch because it was only one stitch off and it looks fine, but I'll be darned if I know what the problem was. I'm not loving that pattern. I'm not loving how that pattern is written. Not gonna lie. So, stitching, we will start with the Aristocats week. And my sale offering was the February Star Touch Meadow block. I did 300 and some odd stitches on it. I didn't write the total down on my book. Where'd the piece of fabric go? There it went. So, I think I worked the yellow. I don't think...
Yeah, you did. That's new.
I was gonna say, I can't remember if the yellow is new or if it's the
yellow.
Or maybe it's a little both. So, there you go. Slow and steady. We're getting there. It'll get there. Alright, so then the first offering for Aristocats for prompts is Dressmaker's Daughter. I really need to not store this pattern cover in here because I don't want to beat up my pattern. And I did this for my most expensive whip and my most elegant whip because, wow, when I figured out how much this cost. Now, I did not buy all of the materials for this all at once. And I did dye my own fabric. So that kind of cut my cost. And I do get wholesale on my threads. So that has cut my cost. But holy moles!
Well, isn't this basically the beating for like 4 projects in one?
Yes. I did 650 stitches on it. All of it is in background over here. Yes, I finally took out the mismatched background over here, and I have to replace that. But all of my stitching was background over here. Lots and lots of background. And, you know, it's background, but it is not mindless, because you got to count where to put these little holes to put, some of them are the silk floss color, and then some of them are beading. And you got to count that and pay attention. So it's not really mindless stitching. It's...
That's mean.
I mean, it's kind of easy stitching compared, but it's not really mindless. So. Boop. Don't fall. Don't look at me like that, cat. You're laying in there. He's laying in a bad spot. It wasn't even close. Okay. So, for my last 2 prompts for the week, we pulled out Cinderella Rags to Riches. Oh, it is called Cinderella Rags to Riches. I just call it Cinderella.
Night and day, it's
Cinderella.
Cinderella.
So I use this for a prompt that you call, first project you call it by something other than its name, which I did not realize Cinderella was actually in the name. I just call it Cinderella, which technically I'm shortening it, so.
Hey, technically Joe's not my name.
That's true. And a project with lots of personality. This has lots of personality. Yes, it's bedsheet. I did 646 stitches on it.
Let me know when it's... Okay, first you point, then I move forward.
Which is the top of her shirt, this sleeve, part of this sleeve, and I filled in her corset.
Somebody was hysterical with this, by the way.
I was stitching her boobies.
And all you heard was, I'm stitching her boobs! I'm stitching her boobs! Now on to the next boob! Not kidding, that's all I'm like, what are you talking about going to the next boob? What's going on over here?
It was amusing. I needed to amuse myself because I was doing that on Friday, and by Friday my week was... I was done with the week, and I still had a funeral lunch to do on Saturday.
I'm hoping this week is easier.
I'm hoping so too, because I am exhausted. And then I used my pass on Stitch on the kitten traits. And then the final thing I stitched on this week was I started the monthly this weekend, which I am not entirely certain where this cover photo is, because it's not in her bag. I don't know where my cover photo's gotten for. Well, we'll just...
I think she's done enough.
show you... We'll show you the, well, push that back. We'll show you the, bead pack label. It is Mirabilia's Cathedral Wood Goddess. And I did 2 of the letters on it for the month. So that is 618 stitches. This is on...
Did you do down here?
Yes. This is on Cleveland Crud, actually. This would be Cleveland Crud, so it's not a... No, this is a custom color because it's got brown in it. I put brown in it. I stitched a lot of the green down in here. Yes, you will notice I did pull out the beads across the top of her dress. I was super unhappy with how they were laying, so I pulled them out. I'm going to try to put them in. I ran some thread with the necklace beads to get them a little bit straighter. Actually, they straightened up once I pulled the beads out. I'm going to have to fiddle with that. It's going to be a little fiddly. So most of the work I did was down here because I didn't have desire to brain this. Finish this year? Maybe.
You're doing good work on her.
Well,
and just think, for every prompt you do on Cathedral Wood Goddess is one less prompt you have to do on Nativity.
This is true, and I've decided that every other month I'm going to switch between, like, so January I did Cathedral Wood Goddess, February I did Nativity, March I'm going to do Cathedral Wood Goddess, April I'm going to do Nativity, and I'm going to switch back and forth until I finish one. Well, both of them, really. Because once I finish one, I about choked myself.
No dying zone.
Yes, sir. Because once I finish one, I'll switch something else into that spot that I would really like to get done this year. I haven't even thought about what would be next on the list because those are still kind of far away. So that has been my stitching for the week. I have no haul. Knows it. I have no haul, so I guess let's talk plans.
Well, aside from computer crap, I do want to get some more work done on my Gunpla. So that you have to get work done on your diamond painting.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Alright, let's pull out the magic iPad. It's not an iPad, it's Kindle Fire.
I actually expected that thing to pop up a middle finger for the insult.
Kindle Fire.
I'm updated once. I'm updated like not like they're all compatible with each other.
I don't know. Okay. Moving along. It's gonna be a short video this week. We're only 15 minutes in and I'm done. Y'all, I'm just done. Today, tomorrow, the rest of the week, the next 4 years. Okay. So, Boys and Girls Club is the theme for Daily 30 this week. This 2 weeks. Sure. Prompt 1. Stitch on a whip that has significant history to you and tell us why. I mean, pick something without a check mark. I could probably come up with a story for all of them.
Stamped Heart Succulent is the first one like that you've ever done.
Okay.
Right?
Right. This is the 300 week. Wait, we just did. Okay, I don't ask questions. I didn't post it. Stitch on a whip that is part of a larger whole, either one that you've broken up into individual projects, or one that is part of a series.
I got 2 already.
That's part of a series. That's part of a series.
Okay, I didn't even get to that one. Sampler book.
Sampler book. We can do that.
Each page is its own pattern, right?
Correct. Okay. It timed out one. What? Night, like I would like to. Stitch on a whip with the most overall stitches in the pattern. That might get my pass because I've already stitched on it.
Yeah, let's next.
Stitch on a whip that has changed your life and tell us why.
Quaker Ball.
Oh, we're going to pick a different one for each prompt?
They're weird prompts!
Okay.
Unless you think you can put it on one of the other ones.
I mean, I didn't know I was a sampler girl until sampler book.
Actually, Stamped Heart because you didn't know you'd like it.
I didn't really like stamped cross stitch until I got that type of stamped cross stitch either, so.
Sorry, it is weird prompts this week.
It is a very strange prompt this week.
Which is not a bad thing.
No. And then the last one is Whip of Choice. Do you have experience with a Boys and Girls Club or another similar youth serving organization? And tell us.
You know what you have to bring up with that one?
What?
Begins with an F.
What?
Deals with animals.
Look, I was a farm kid. You didn't do after school stuff. You got home and took care of the animals.
No, didn't you have the FFA at the fair?
Oh, 4-H, but it's not really
4-H.
like Boys and Girls Club. I wouldn't.
No, but that is a youth group.
And I'll have to read through the description of Boys and Girls Club and figure that out. But we can do sampler books since we've done Stamped Heart for another one. Oh, that's plans.
Go to bedtime.
Oh, I do have an announcement.
It's time for bed.
It's not bad, no. I have booked the room for the Stitch in November. So, last year, we hosted a Stitch Day here in Ohio, in Wellington, Ohio. We're doing the same thing again this year. It is a one-day sit and stitch. If you are not local to the area and you want to come, you're more than welcome to, but your hotel accommodations and transportation are on your own. It's the first weekend in November. Nope, don't remember what day it is. Hold, please, and I will pull up a calendar.
While she's doing that, there are a couple of bed and breakfasts in Wellington, but we don't have any whatsoever with them. So if you look up one of those bed and breakfast or any of those type of places, you'd have to look it up and just look up Wellington and the surrounding area.
Yeah, you would be on your own for booking your own accommodations. It would be Saturday, November 1st. So, same price as last year. $50 gets you sit and stitch day. We'll have lunch. We'll have dinner. Yeah. And we'll hang out. It is limited to 50 people. I think we limited 50 last year. Not that we came anywhere as close to that, but it is limited to 50 people. So, if you are interested in joining us, eventually.
It's more because of parking than anything.
Well, that's probably true. The room holds 72 people. However, when I booked it last year, I booked it for the full 72 capacity, and then we decided to limit it to 50 And when we got there with our handful of folks that were there, I kind of looked at the room and I assessed how best folks would fit in, and 50 is going to be comfortable, most comfortable. So
Yeah, 72 is the sardine number.
I mean,
Shoved into a can and somebody pressed it closed.
72 is the I didn't get the booking down. We filled up and I didn't get the booking down in time, so we're actually at like 55-ish. The limit is 50. Obviously, if for some reason I would run over because I didn't get the booking down in time or whatever, we kind of have playroom in case, so that I don't have to turn anybody away. Okay, that's the announcement. What would we like to find folks to do now?
Good night. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, bell notification thing. Wish us a good night in the comments or some other type of comments. Just tell Laura have a good night. Just tell Laura good night. Sweet dreams. Please. A lot of you do that. I want to sit here and read off all of the names of the people that said good night.
Yeah, good night. I have to go cook dinner.
I can just go to the store and get food. We're good. All right. Say goodbye by time.
Thank you all so much for spending some time with us this week. Thank you for spending extra time with us last week.
It's bonus content!
It was bonus content. Made up for the fact that this week's short. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. Whoops! My bad. Never said I was perfect. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this week.
Perfect for me.
We hope you have had an enjoyable time, even though we were a little bit dull this week. And we do hope you come back next week. Maybe I'll be a little bit more lively next week, because I want to have Randma took us off for 3 weeks straight. 3 weekends, 4 funeral lunches. I'm done, y'all. Have a fabulous week. We hope you were entertained.
Are you not entertained?
I somehow had a feeling that was going to happen. Thank you all for being here. And we will see you next week.
Bye.